Hey, what's up guys, it's Jace. I got a lot of love on a recent video I did covering the MekaVerse, but today we're going to dive into all the FUD allegations surrounding the project and start debunking them. But before doing that, I want to give a major shout out to Pran.eth, who recently made a thread on this topic and has given me permission to make a video about it. Now, quick little disclaimer guys, I am not a financial advisor and this is definitely not financial advice. But with that being said, let's dive in. Allegation 1. The founders are anonymous. This couldn't be further from the truth. The MekaVerse project was founded by Maddie and Matt B, who are reputable French freelance 3D artists, motion designers. With their combined experience, they have worked with the likes of Apple, Microsoft, MTV, Adobe, Adidas, and Nike. Maddie even has a domestic course teaching 3D art and design, which you can check out in the link in the description below. Allegation 2. The devs are anonymous. And once again, false. The MekaVerse works with the independent French dev studio Minded, led by Weibo and Echo, to create their smart contracts and has worked with the likes of Snoop Dogg, The Sandbox, Pudgy Penguins, Sneakerheads, and Chain Zoku. A major misconception is that the MekaVerse team themselves are the devs, when in reality they operate more so as a Web3 digital art and design collective, collaborating with many outside parties to deliver the highest quality products possible. Allegation 3, and probably the most damaging FUD narrative that still follows the project, is that the devs bought rares pre-reveal. This is incredibly false. In a widely circulated tweet by Molotov, now deleted but still available through Wayback Machine, he makes an allegation that Weibo purchased rares pre-reveal. Now we can clearly see that he tweeted two wrong pieces of information here to sensationalize his findings. As per his research, Gloom.io had official ranks of Meka 6764 at a ranking of number 16, but the official rarity released on the 16th of October 2021 through the project's official rarity tool, Rarity Sniper, puts Meka 6764 at rank 1424. Weibo explained that those mechas were purchased on behalf of a project founder, Matt Braccini, and he was busy during the launch and bought it off the floor for him. We can confirm that Weibo's claim through the blockchain he tried 4 times in 10 minutes but failed due to intense market activity. Ultimately, he managed to grab 2 mechas, both having a rarity above 1,000, and they were not rare mechas. And as previously mentioned, you can see that this was incredibly false. Allegation 4. The metadata was leaked. Also false. Twitter user AutoSwin NFT claimed in a now deleted tweet that an API leak allowed people to bid on rare mechas. If we see the bids, it does have 2 top 100 mechas and 1 in the top 1000. But the rarity of mechas on the other 7 bids are so random that it makes the whole thing just a case of coincidence rather than actual fraud. AutoSwin NFT later concluded that traits on that supposed leak were random and that people unknowingly bid based on it in the hopes of grabbing a rare. A few days after, Weibo provided clarification that due to the metadata and reveal date postponement by MekaVerse, they forgot to postpone their automatic reveal setup, which exposed the metadata previously stored for another project they worked on. But this narrative was now out there, and it was being propelled by people like Beanie the Maxi, who had no foundation for their allegations, and they sent it viral. He gave 0 proof to back his claims, and the NFT space never cared for one either. And as it turns out, Beanie isn't exactly the pillar of virtue that he presents himself as. Beanie cherry-picked this address out of many who were bidding that day and claimed to be the one doing insider trading for legendary mechas. Observe the random rarity buys performed by this same address. No evidence that proves targeted bids. To summarize, people gambled on a false API leak and a few hit the jackpot. But influencers ignored that part. Allegation 5. The raffle was botted. This one is hilariously false. Surprisingly, Minded Studios were one of the first to implement the Ferris raffle system, which until today is almost the same as being used in tools like Premint.xyz. You can see from this article the explanation of their process they used to mitigate against botting, and couldn't help if people decided to manually create multiple accounts to increase their chances of winning, especially on a tight deadline. Honestly, we should give credit where credit's due because they made an incredible effort to deter this from even happening. Allegation 6. OK Hotshot's on-chain analysis thread. And let me be clear, there could be no better definition of FUD than this thread. So let's dive into each of their claims individually. 1. The launch was botted. As we discussed earlier, Premint.xyz in the year 2023, yeah, today, still uses a very similar process that Mind had implemented at the time of the mint. So why are we even talking about this? It was the best at the time, and the fact that this became FUD is insane. 2. Data not on IPFS. That's false. It is on IPFS. The team just took a reasonable amount of time to just double check their work to make sure all the traits had consistency and were accurate. 3, and my favorite, trait sniping. So let me get this straight. An industry that just really celebrates its ability to promote transparency based on things like traits allow themselves to be crawled by other tools to then make educated guesses on what traits are more valuable? That's gonna happen. So what happened here? Why is that FUD? I really don't understand. Do you? 4, and the most hilarious, is that 300 mechas were kept in a vault for giveaways. Now, I find this really funny for one reason, which is that in business, there's this term called customer acquisition cost. It's what you use to do marketing to acquire new customers. Well, in the MekaVerse's case, they withheld 300 mechas that they could have minted for profit and held them and gave them away for free. It was a marketing tool, a very clever marketing tool that was being implemented. So what's the FUD here? Allegation 7, and probably the easiest FUD to dispel, is that the founders paid influencers to shill the project. This couldn't be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, the team received countless DMs from people all over the planet seeking whitelists, and in turn, they would market the project. But instead, they were shown no preferential treatment. Now, when the previously mentioned FUD bomb started dropping on the MekaVerse project, these same influencers that were denied whitelists turned against them and started to help propagate these lies to every one of their followers. And the team at the time chose to take the moral high ground and didn't expose these influencers. And if you're one of these influencers that are watching this video, you know what you did was wrong. And shame on you, because you're the key reason that's holding this space back, and it needs to stop. Attacking artists for their project because you don't feel good about yourself is just pathetic. Allegation 8. The founders spent 500 ETH on a mecha. There's absolutely no blockchain evidence that supports this wild theory, but if we look at this, it is probably one of the most profitable means in history, and people are going to remember that, but probably for the wrong reasons. So in conclusion, the MekaVerse has had its ups and it's had its downs, but its success was greatly derailed and hampered by this collective negative false agenda. And despite that, the MekaVerse still continues to deliver for its holders and maintains its credibility as an art-driven Web3 ecosystem. The founders set out with a vision to take their art and make it so much bigger. And with the community riding with them, they're going to continue to make that happen. Everyone loves a good comeback story, and this might be it. But what I really want you to focus on is the passion. All right, this project has already established its legacy as a pioneer in the digital creator space, giving artists real ownership over their creations. And that is incredible. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. And you know what? I'll catch you next time here on Elevate TV. Peace.